Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Vancouver Rain Draft Glory franchise mode here in MLB The Show 23. So in last episode, we basically simulated the rest of the season, and we had our best season yet. We finished with a high up record. We were the best team in baseball. Like, I don't remember exactly what our record was now. 107 and 55, which is kind of crazy because if we looked back at our record from a few seasons ago, if I remember where this was, let me take a look and see if I can find it. I think it was GM goals. You can see in 2030 we were reversed of this. We were 55 and 107, and then we went up to 66 and 96, 74 and 88. Then we found ourselves in the playoffs at 93 and 69. Fell off a little bit last season to 88 and 74, but lost in the exact same spot. And now this year, we have completely crushed our record by like 14 wins, which is ridiculous. And yeah, now we're going to be playing the New York Yankees in the ALDS, who are a good contact team. For the most part, their pitching is not really that great, so I'm hoping that our offense could do good against theirs, and their offense can't do good against us, because we're not necessarily the best pitching team either, but we are better than the Yankees, I think, at that. So hopefully we are able to easily get through the series and get ourselves to the ALCS against either the White Sox again or Boston, who is a very good pitching team. But yeah, in general, it was a really good year for this offensive core on our team. There was a couple players, like, for example, Ozzy Cardenas once again had a great season, 28 home runs, 109 RBIs. You had Sixto, who was really good with 38 home runs, 115 RBIs. I think it was, Pinheiro had 20 home runs, 89 RBIs. There's a lot of guys in our lineup that had like 14 plus home runs. So I really like the offensive approach from this team. And I'm very much hoping that we're able to win in the playoffs this year. Because if we do not win the World Series this year, there's a chance we end up losing some players in this offseason. And that could set us back a little bit. Like, this might be the best chance this team gets, because our pitching rotation has developed so nicely and all that type of thing as well. So anyways, before we get into the ALDS against the New York Yankees, I do have a couple comments to go over. So the first one is from Joseph D.M. Miller, who says Bobby Hyde deserves some love, especially since he got 19 wins as a reliever. He got more than the previous record holder, 18, Roy Face of Pittsburgh, in 1959. I didn't realize that was a thing. So apparently the most wins as a reliever before this was 18, and that was way back in 1959. So shout out to Bobby Hyde. This guy had an insane season, nearly won the Cy Young as a reliever, which hadn't been done apparently since 2003, I think I saw, which was last Eric Gagne. So Bobby Hyde nearly won one. He didn't necessarily have the best ERA and all that, but this guy had over 200 strikeouts, and he won 19 games out of the bullpen. Didn't even start a single game this year. So yeah, that's insane. And then also the FIP number is really good too. So what a year for Bobby Hyde. Hopefully he has a good playoffs as well as a reliever, because he's going to be definitely one of our go-to guys for the bullpen. And then the last two and final comments are from Nick Bucker Barons OC. The first one is his MLB stock watch, which we're going to get to that stuff in the offseason, but he says the Cardenas Award +5, nobody got it this year, because Cardenas probably would have gotten it, but the thing is we can't really up his potential anymore because it's already at max. He said +3 to Bill O'Donnell and Pineda, +1 to Silva, Guzman, and Pinheiro, -3 to Sparbory, which is interesting. Like, how bad was Sparbory this year? Yeah, I guess kind of the ERA and whatnot. And his FIP was better than last year at least, but still -3 to him kind of sucks. But there was his award stuff, or his stock watch, I should say. And in his last comment says Cardenas equals him. And yeah, Ozzy is the man. Hopefully he has good playoffs ahead of him, because he has struggled a little bit in the postseason before this. But honestly, if he gets going and Sixto gets going, we should have a pretty good time. But let's see what happens against the Yankees. We don't want to waste no time, because we know this episode could be very long if it goes all 5 games, which I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm hoping we could easily win these 2 games on home field and then hopefully take a game in New York, because that would be great. Don't want this series going super long, so let's see what happens in game 1. Liberatore versus Garth Howe. And wow, it's a 10:05 start for this game, probably because we're in the Pacific, I guess, in a sense. And let's see what happens. Unless this is a morning game, I don't really know. Let's see what happens, see if we're able to win this game. We should be easily able to beat the Yankees. It's about more what comes out afterwards. Like, if we get to the next round, Boston being a good pitching team, are they going to be able to stun our offense, or is our offense going to be able to get through that? If we played a White Sox on the other end, that's a team that we've had trouble with for these last 2 seasons. So I hope we could beat the Yankees here and face one of the 2 of them, but I am kind of scared for when we get to that point. So let's get that set up. That's good. And yeah, we're ready to go. Ready to go. We'll keep the lineup the same as it was during the regular season, but I might honestly address it a little bit on as time goes and how players perform. So let's get through this. Ground out, and strike out. Nice start there for Garth Howe. 1, 2, 3. Pineda walks. That's a good way to start off. He's got good speed, but I don't really know if I should try and get him to steal early on like this. Ozzy singles. We got 2 guys on base already here in the bottom. Our offense off to a good start. Sixto also walks. We got bases loaded with no outs. Wow, okay. Didn't expect Chu to be in a spot for a grand slam here early on, but Michael Chu, he had a rough season in a sense. Can he bring in a run? No, he strikes out. Can George Pinheiro bring in a run? He's been a really good player so far. He does. He brings in the first run of the game, but he also gets gunned out, so we only got 2 guys on base now. And it's 1-0. At least it's a lead for us, which is good. Ollie Gelman, can he bring in Ozzy or Sixto or both? He grounds out. Okay. At least we scored 1 run, though. I'll take that. Fly out. Single, so they get on base for the first time. Let's try and just pick off first, because why not? And they score a run. I was not expecting that, so this might be an offensive game. They are a good contact team. That's one thing we got to be aware of, so we definitely got to be aware of that. Let's try and get Cole Young out here. He also scores a run. What the heck is going on, Garth? No, this isn't good. Howe's having his worst start to a playoff game, I think. Let's try and pick off second. And there we go. We got 1 out there, and we got 1 out there. Okay. We're only down by 1. It's not too bad so far. Bill O'Donnell singles as well. Yeah, this might be an offensive game. Bill steals second. Ray brings him in. Let's go. And Ray gets to second as well, so we got a double. Love to see it. This game is tied. Yeah, this is going to be an offensive game, or series even for that matter. Josh Groves walks. We have 2 men on base with no out again. Bill Pineda, who's been really good so far this season, lines out. Ozzy Cardenas, he's 1 for 1 so far. He hits into a fielder's choice, but McMahon is now on third with 2 outs. If Sixto could put this in play, we could take the lead. Giancarlo swings, and he grounds out. And unfortunately, it is going to stay tied after 2. Line out there, single there. Let's try and pick off this guy because he's got some speed. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Jeff Cabrera, this guy. He actually was a pick of ours. If you guys remember in year number 3, I think it was after Ray McMahon I was looking at last night. He was formerly drafted by us way back. Which is funny because I recognized his name, but I didn't realize it was him. So, shout out to Jeff Cabrera. He singles. Oh no, that's not great. That's not great. Let's try and pick off second again. Nieves. Oh no, bases loaded. What is going on with Garth Howe right now? This is not good. This is not good. We need to find a way to not let them get in a run. Yeah, they're definitely a good contact team. Let's just go pitch. Sack fly. Okay, it's okay. They bring in only 1 run. It's better than them bringing in all 3 runs. And Ramos flies out. Okay, we're down by 1 again. This is a pretty back and forth game at this stage. Michael Chu flies out. Pinheiro doubles. Let's go, Pinheiro. Can Gelman bring him in? He cannot. Can Bill bring him in? He cannot. And we're down by 1 going into the 4th. Yeah, so far this is a very offensive game, which I am not liking. I thought our pitching would be able to hold up a little bit against them. But so far it's been a bit of an issue. 2 more guys on base. God damn. Let's go pitch to contact to try and get the double play. But Duvall's a good contact hitter, so I don't really know if that's a smart option. Let's just go pitch. Double play, eh? We hit the double play regardless. I'll take it. Ray McMahon back up to bat. Singles. Let's go, Ray. And he steals second. Josh Groves swings and he grounds out. Bill Pineda grounds out. And Ozzy flies out. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. We're a better offensive team than 2 runs. Soon we got to look at maybe changing out Garth. But I kind of want to keep him in because he's got the energy, but he's been kind of struggling tonight. Danny Boyd strikeout. Cabrera walks. Nieves also walks. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Garth is having a tough time. Dominguez again in the same spot as last time. He pops up and Ramos strikes out. Sixto singles. Chu singles. 2 guys on base with no outs. George Pinheiro brings in the tying run. Let's go, George. Let's go. Ollie Gelman now can bring in potentially Chu to give us the lead. Can he do it? Yes, he can. He brings in 2 runs and a double. And we have a 5-3 lead. That's a really good inning for us. That's the offense we needed. Liberatore also has not been good for the Yankees, so both pitchers are kind of struggling in this game. He's also very tired, so he's likely going to get replaced here soon. And yep, they make it right there. So Gracefo comes in. Can Bill O'Donnell bring in Gelman? He gets Gelman got thrown out trying to run home apparently, but O'Donnell does get a double, which is nice. Can Ray bring in O'Donnell? He cannot. Can Josh Groves? No. Okay. We'll probably use Garth for at least one more inning. He is improving a little bit, but still. Strikeout there, and a ground out. Nice inning there for Garth Howe to kind of get a little bit more respectable numbers. Pineda up now, strikes out. Ozzy walks, I'll take it. Sixto, 2-run shot to make it a 7-3 lead. Let's go, Sixto. That's a big one to open up the floodgates a bit as we have a 4-run lead. Probably going into, well, actually, yeah, for sure going into the 7th at least. Michael Chu walks. George Pinheiro strikes out. Ollie Gelman strikes out, and we're headed to the 7th with a 7-3 lead. Let's make a pitching change over to... I'd go Bobby Hyde already, but I don't know if I should. Or if I should save him for a different game. Let's go to Bobby Hyde. We know Bobby Hyde can win games out of this thing, so let's see what Bobby Hyde's got. Oh my goodness. The first guy he throws gets a double. Well, that's not ideal. That's not ideal at all. Let's try and pick off second. Danny Boy grounds out. Nicely done there. Cabrera grounds out. And Nieves walks. I'll take a walk over that. Let's get Dominguez out. Nice. So he gives up the early double, but then he gets himself out of it. I will take that. Bill O'Donnell doubles. Okay, Bill. Okay. Can Ray McMahon bring him in? They make a pitching change over to Segal. Can McMahon bring in O'Donnell? No. Can Josh Groves? No. Can Pineda? No. We still got the lead, which is good, though. Ramos ground out. Young flies out. Montgomery flies out. We are in a good spot right now, which is great. Ozzy, another pitching change. Tapia comes in. Ozzy pops up. Sixto walks. Chu, double play. And we're headed to the 9th inning with a 4-run lead. We will make a pitching change over to Dennis Lake to close out this game. Might as well. Might as well. That way Bobby Hyde's not too exhausted for next game if he needs to come in. Can Dennis Lake close out this game 1? Fly out. Solo home run. Not ideal there, Dennis. Why does Dennis always struggle in like these type of situations? Oh well, at least we still have a 3-run lead, so that's okay. Fly out there. And the last guy, Jeff Cabrera, former pick of ours. Can we get him out? Yes, we can, and we take game 1, 7-4. That was a good offensive game for us. I don't really like the pitching performance necessarily, but hey, we only allowed 4 runs. We gave up 7 hits, and we had 12 hits of our own, so our offense is good. Sixto is the player of the game, 2 for 3 with 2 runs, a home run, 2 RBIs, and 2 walks. Let's go, Sixto. That's exactly what we needed for game 1. Good offense. And now we got to get into game 2 because I do not want this episode being an hour plus like the other playoff episodes. So let's get right into game 2 and keep the lineup the same for now. If we run into any issues, then we'll make some line adjustments, or adjustments I should say, to our lineup. Let's see what we got here in game 2. Sammy Gomez will be starting this game. So the left-hander. Let's see what he's got in store. Yep, that's good. Let's go. Okay. Sammy and his awesome mustache. Can he have a good playoff game? Strikeout to start. Nice. Fly out. And a single. Not ideal, but that's okay. Another single. Started off good with the first 2 guys, but now he's getting into a little bit of a problem. Lolo Sanchez, though, pops up, so it doesn't really amount to anything. Bill O'Donnell. Doubles. Let's go, Bill. I love Bill's speed. See, that's one thing that's going to separate us from other offensive teams is our speed. We steal bases, and we also have that ability to run a lot of extra bases too. So, Ozzy grounds out. Sixto walks. Okay, we got 2 guys on base with only 1 out. Michael Chu in a good spot. Can he bring in Bill? He does not, but bases are loaded with 1 out. They're definitely going to be looking for the double play ball. George Pinheiro, can he not hit into a double play and bring in the first run of the game? He sack flies. Okay, I'll take it. It's 1-0 us. Let's go. Can Pineda though bring in Sixto, or will he get grounded out? He'll bring in a run as well, and it's now 2-0. Let's go offense. Let's go. This is what exactly I was hoping would happen, is we'd have good offense in this series, because their pitchers aren't as good. Ray McMahon now hits into a fielder's choice, so 2-0 after the first inning. Fly out, single, not ideal, but that's okay. Let's try and pick you off, pop up, and ground out. So far, so good on the pitching in this game. Josh Groves lines out. Ollie Gelman singles. Ollie steals second. Bill strikes out. Ozzy pops up. Damn. Fly out, pop up, and fly out. So far, Sammy's been delivering really well. He's been doing better than Garth Howe in this series up this point. Sixto strikes out. Chu hit by pitch. Ow. At least he got on base, but hopefully he's not hurt. Pinheiro walks. We got 2 men on base with only 1 out. They're going to be looking for the double play ball likely. Can Bill Pineda bring in a run? No. Can Ray McMahon bring in a run? He does not. It's still 2-0. This is a bit more of a defensive game so far, seems like. But I mean, we did have offense in the first inning. It's still early on, so it could still all of a sudden pop off out of nowhere. Let's see what Sammy's got in store. Fly out, single, try and pick you off. Strike out, and stolen base from Sanchez. Now he stole, of course. Let's try and get Reynolds out here. Nice. Good start to the pitching. Good start to the pitching. Josh Groves flies out. Ollie walks. Let's go, Ollie. He steals second again. Ollie's just way too quick. Nobody has anything on him. They don't know when he's going to steal. It seems like Bill flies out. And their pitcher's already getting tired, so he might only go 4 or 5 innings. Can Ozzy bring in Ollie? He can, and it's 3-0. Let's go, Ozzy. That's what we need. Sixto walks. We got 2 men on base with 2 outs. Their starter honestly might come out after this inning, because he's getting pretty damn dog tired. Chu brings in another run, and it's now 4-0. Let's go, Michael Chu. Chu has been playing better, I think, in the playoffs and regular season. Sixto is also in scoring position with 2 outs. Can Pinheiro put this in play? Yes, he can. It's 5-0. Good offensive inning for us here in the 4th. And yeah, they're definitely going to take out their starter here, and I think Pineda, and yes, they make a pitching change in the 4th inning, so their starter does not go long into the game. And Gracefo is back in again. He was already in last game a little bit. Can Pineda bring in a run? He cannot. Fly out, and a ground out. We're in a good spot right now. I like it. Ray strikes out. Groves grounds out. Ollie strikes out. Walk there for Boyd. Let's try and pick him off because he's got some speed. Fly out. Nieves singles. Let's try and pick off second. Oh, another walk and bases are loaded. Oh no, we're in a kind of a bad spot. They're probably going to get their first run of the game here, unless we could get them to hit into a double play, which Benny Montgomery has not been good so far in this series. Let's go pitch to contact and try and get that double play. Yes, that's what we wanted. We didn't want to give up that first run, and we didn't do that. Let's go. Bill O'Donnell doubles again. Let's go, Bill. Speedy Gonzalez, him and Ollie in that outfield. It's going to suck losing probably Ollie this offseason in that sense, but it is what it is. Can Ozzy bring in Bill? He cannot. Can Sixto bring him in? No. Can Chu bring him in? Yes, he can. Michael Chu's having a game. Let's go, Chu. The Choo-choo train has entered the station. Let's go. Pinheiro pops up. Still, we have a 6-0 lead. We're looking pretty good. Sammy's been great. Hit by pitch, but he just hits the guy, of course, after I say that. Knotts hits a 2-run shot. Okay, wow. Of course, when I say that he's been doing good, all of a sudden he gives up 2 runs against. Well, let's just calm your nerves there a bit, Sammy. Don't get too complacent. He gives up a single afterwards. Might be close to be taking him out. He has been going for 7 innings already, so let's try and pick this guy off. Single again. Oh my goodness. They're trying to make a rally here. I don't like that. Let's try and get the double play. Maybe. I don't want to do that. Fielder's choice. I'll take that. Jeff Cabrera is not the... he's a great contact hitter. It's probably not good to do pitch to contact. Sack flies, so they do make it a 6-3 game. Sammy is getting tired. And Nieves hits to a fielder's choice. We do still have a 3-run lead, but that was not the best inning for us. Pineda forces a pitching change over to Segal, who was already in last game. And he gets almost all of us out except for Groves. Got a walk. And Groves steals second. Can Ollie bring him in? No. We're going to make a pitching change, and we're going to bring in Jack Birch, who also had a really good season as a reliever. Strikeout. Nice start. Strikeout again. Can he strike out the side? No, he can't, but he gets the fly out. There we go. Bill again. Can he get another double? Can Bill get his 3rd double of the game? No. Ozzy singles. Sixto flies out, and Chu has also singled. Chu's having a great game, 3 for 3. Can Pinheiro bring in another run? No, he cannot. And we're headed into the 9th, looking to close this one out, up by 3, so similar spot to last game. We are going to turn to Dennis Lake again to close out this one. Try and get him used to being in these playoff scenarios, and maybe that will help us in the long run. First up, Charlie Knotts strikes out. Eldon Smith singles. Don't like that. Let's pick him off maybe. Nope. Duvall flies out. They're down to their last out again. Danny Boyd flies out, and we have taken a 2-0 series lead, and we are 1 win away from taking the series and going back to the ALCS. So Dennis Lake somehow gets player of the game just because he pitched 9th inning, which makes no sense, but it is what it is. So there we go. 2-0 series lead. Really good start for our offense. We've given up some runs, but we've also been able to outscore our problems so far, which means Carmen Osuna is into this next game. Carmen Osuna, the youngster. And right now, Boston's up 2-0 on the White Sox, so it looks like we're going to be potentially going up against the best pitching team in the ALCS. Oh boy, so the best contact and power pretty much that's left in the playoffs against the best pitching team. That would be crazy. And the Mets have already taken out Atlanta, and it might be Cincy taking out Pittsburgh, which would be an upset. Okay, let's get into Game 3 and see if we can pull off the sweep. We've never pulled off a sweep in the playoffs before. Can we do it this year and get ourselves to that next round again? Carmen Osuna, so another left-hander, I think. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. Keep the lineup the same. Let's see if we can win a game in New York. We know the Yankees fans can be quite loud and annoying sometimes, so we'll see if we're able to get through it. Bill singles to start the game. Let's go, Bill. Ozzy strikes out. Sixto hits a 2-run shot to start the game. What a playoff performance so far from Sixto. He's got 2 home runs in the series alone. And Michael Chu is now up to bat, and he's been really good. Chu lines out. Pinheiro strikes out, but we do have a 2-0 lead. Now let's see if we can match that with some good defensive play here from Osuna. Strike out, ground out, and ground out. Let's go. Pineda up now. He walks. He can steal, and he does steal. Let's go. Ray McMahon grounds out. Josh Groves pops up, and Ollie brings him in to make it a 3-0 game. Can Ollie steal second? He gets caught, of course. 3-0 game, though. This is a good start. We just need Osuna to keep dealing on pitching-wise. Ground out, fly out, and a single. Don't like that. Let's try and pick him off. Reynolds singles as well, so they got 2 guys on base now. Come on, Osuna, you gotta get out of this. Gotta get out of this. Charlie Knotts brings in 2 runs, and this is a 1-run game now. That's not good. Eldon Smith looking to tie this game up if he could bring in Knotts. And he does not. So at least we still have the lead, but we know that their offense is definitely going to try and come back in this game. They've been good offensively in the series too, but we've been able to match that and do better, I should say. Bill O'Donnell flies out. Ozzy strikes out. Sixto again flies out. Great inning there. Duvall singles. Let's try and pick you off because you got some speed. Boyd strikes out. Cabrera hit by pitch. Osuna's having a little bit of a rough time since that first inning. Let's try and pitch again. They bring in 2 runs, and the Yankees have taken the lead. Yeah, Osuna's not having a good time so far, which kind of sucks because he's a great young pitcher, but playoff-wise, it gets to him a little bit. And then a 2-run shot from Benny Montgomery. Yeah, Osuna's having a tough time. 6-3 game already. This is definitely our worst pitching performance yet, I think. Fly out there. Let's see if we can get back into this still with our offense. Michael Chu can't get anything going. Pinheiro grounds out. Pineda grounds out. We're going to keep Osuna in for now, but he's definitely not going to probably last past the 5th inning, my guess. He gives up another hit. Not good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's having a super tough time. And they bring in another run. Yeah, this might be a game we end up losing badly. But who knows, maybe our offense will be able to come back in the later stages. But I think Osuna's time is almost done. So he gets the strikeout there, and he gets the fly out there. Let's see if we can get that offense going, because it has not been doing as good tonight. It did start off good, but it's been quiet in the last 3 innings because we've been giving up a run every inning. McMahon walks. Let's go. McMahon steal. Yep, steals second. Josh Groves brings him in, and it's a 7-4 game. And now Groves is on second. Can Ollie bring him in? He cannot. Can Bill bring him in? Yes, he can. A 2-run shot from Bill O'Donnell has made this a 1-run game. Look at this. This is a crazy game. Back and forth. We were up 3-0. Then it was 3-2. Then they were all of a sudden up 7-3. And then now it's a 7-6 game like that. Ozzy solo home run as well. So back-to-back home runs for this team. And this game is tied at 7 in the 5th inning. Craziness. And now they make a pitching change. Gracefo comes in. Can Sixto get another home run? No, he can't. Can Chu get something? No, he can't. Let's go one more inning with Osuna because of the energy. Fly out. Double from Montgomery. Don't like that. Reynolds flies out, and Knotts reaches on an error. And fly out. Perfect. We're probably going to put Bobby Hyde in for the next little bit afterwards. Pinheiro grounds out. Pineda singles. Let's go Pineda. He gets caught stealing. Damn. McMahon singles. Groves walks. We would have had bases loaded if I didn't try and steal. Can Ollie bring in Ray? He can't. We're making our pitching change over to Bobby Hyde again. Let's go Bobby. Oh my goodness. Why is it he always gives up a double to start? He did that last time too. This is not a good spot to be in. Danny Boyd walks. Let's try and get a double play would be good in this spot, but I don't know if I could get a double play out of Jeff Cabrera. A walk. Oh no, bases are loaded. Bobby Hyde has found himself in a bad spot. Let's go pitch. Strikeout. That's a huge strikeout. If we go pitch to contact against Lolo Sanchez, he's not that good contact-wise against right-handed pitchers. I think I might be able to get a double play out of this spot if I go pitch to contact. Let's try it. Strikeout. Okay, that works. Now they can't go for any sac flies or anything. Can we get out of this with not giving up a run? Can Bobby get himself out of this situation he was in? It's Benny Montgomery, who is a good contact hitter. Can Bobby get himself out of this? He does not. He gives up a run. It's not that bad, though. It's better than giving up 3. Jonathan Reynolds. Can we get him out? No. He also scores in a run, but somebody was also gunned out, I guess. So 9-7. We're only down by 2. Not good for Bobby there, but that's okay. Bill doubles again. Why is Bill doubling every time he's like the leadoff guy? He's insane at the base. It's crazy. Okay, I had to make sure my algorithm didn't freeze. So Bill on second with no outs. Can Ozzy bring him in? No. Can Sixto bring him in? They make a pitching change over to Alex Segal again, or Seagull, whatever you want to say. Sixto brings him in. It's a 1-run game again. Let's go. The choo-choo train. Singles as well, and Sixto is over to third. Let's go for the sack with Pinheiro. They try and tie this game up. Sack fly, strikeout, damn it. Pineda swings, he hits into a fielder's choice. We're still down by 1. Do we have it in us to get this game tied up, though, is the question. Bobby gives up a single. Fly out, I'll take that. Let's try and pick off first again. Duvall, fly out. And Boyd singles, not great. Let's try and pick off second. Cabrera, fielder's choice. We're still down by 1. Come on, Ray. Let's get something going. Pitching change over to Landon Sims, who I don't think we've seen yet so far. Ray, singles. Let's go, Ray. Let's see if he can steal second. Be a little bit aggressive here. He steals second. Can Groves bring him in? He can't, but McMahon's in scoring position. Ollie Gelman looking to go for the sac fly to tie this game up. And he does it. This game is tied in the 8th inning at 9-9. Bill O'Donnell strikes out. Ozzy walks. We got 2 guys on base with 2 outs. Can Sixto bring in the run to give us the lead? They also make a pitching change again to Tapia. They make a lot of pitching changes. Sixto, can he bring in Groves? He cannot. And we're headed to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 9. Let's make a pitching change over to a different... Actually, should I keep Bobby in? Nah, I don't like his play so far, to be honest. Let's bring in Jack Birch again. I don't want to use Bobby too long term yet, so... Single, that's not great. Come on, Birch, you got to get out of this. Stolen base. Oh, my goodness. How does a 31 steal rating get a steal? They're being a bit aggressive on the base paths here, it seems like. Strikeout and fly out. Nicely done. Nicely done. Michael Chu up the bat here in the 9th inning, looking to find a way to give us the lead. He flies out. Pinheiro walks. Can Pineda get something going? He strikes out. Can McMahon do something? He reaches on an error. We got a guy in scoring position in the 9th. Can we bring in Pinheiro? Josh Groves has been struggling so far, but can he bring him in? He doesn't, but bases are loaded now with 2 outs. This is a big spot for Ollie Gelman. If he gets in a run, we have a chance to close out the series. If he doesn't, then the Yankees have a chance to extend the series or go into extra innings with us. Come on, Ollie. You got this, man. He strikes out. Well, I guess that means we're going to keep Birch in for now. We got to get out of this situation here, boys. Come on, let's get to extras. Nice, okay. We're into extra innings for the first time in this playoff run. Let's see if Bill could get started with a double like he's been doing a lot. He makes a pitching change over to Vogel. Bill walks. Let's go, Bill. Let's try and steal. Nice steal there from Bill. Can Ozzy bring him in? No. Can Sixto bring him in? No. Can Chu bring him in? No. Damn it. We'll keep Birch in for now. Boyd lines out. Cabrera walks. Let's try and get Nieves out. He singles. Oh no. Oh boy. Let's make a pitching change. Over to the Rubel. Doug Rubel looking to get out of the situation for us. Fly out. Nice. Montgomery flies out and we're going to the 11th inning. Still tied at 9. Pinheiro grounds out. Pineda doubles. That's a huge hit there from Pineda. He's in scoring position with only 1 out. Can Ray bring him in the 11th inning? He doesn't, but he gets a walk. They're going to be definitely looking for the double play here. I might swap out Groves because he's been struggling a bit here. Let's make a pinch hit opportunity. And do we have anybody that could actually play in that spot, though? I don't think we do. Yeah, we don't. So never mind. I shouldn't be swapping Groves in the spot, unfortunately. Josh Groves flies out. Damn, that sucks. Can Ollie bring in Pineda, though? He does not, and we're going to the bottom of the 11th, still tied. Reynolds singles. Let's try and pick him off. Strike out there. Fly out there, and Duvall grounds out. We're going to the 12th. This might be another long game. We've had some long games in the playoffs before. Bill. Solo shot from Bill O'Donnell here in the 12th has given us a 10-9 lead. Let's go, Bill. Let's go. Bill's an MVP in the playoffs, man. Like, this guy doesn't really do as good during the regular season, I should say. But playoff-wise, Bill is a different animal. What a performance from Bill. 4 for 6. Ozzy. And they make a pitching change to Elvis Polito. Ozzy pops up. Sixto doubles. Can Chu bring him in to give us more insurance? No. Can Pinheiro bring him in? No. And we're going to make a pitching change over to one of the setup guys just because I don't really know if this is a chance to close out the game. So we'll go to Luis Guzman. Can Guzman close out this game? Fly out. Cabrera pops up and they're down to their last out. Are we going to sweep the Yankees? No, they take a walk. That's not great. Let's try and pick off first. Can we get Sanchez out here? Come on, Luis. And he grounds out, and we have taken the series in 3 games, and we're going to be taking on the Red Sox in the ALCS. So for the first time, we aren't going to be playing the White Sox in the ALCS, but we are still playing a Sox team as we complete the sweep, as we should have. Bill O'Donnell, the player of the game, going 4 for 6 with 4 runs. 2 home runs in this game as well. I didn't realize it was 2 home runs. 3 RBIs, a double, a stolen base, and a walk. What a performance from him. And Doug Rubel gets credited with the W. Let's go. Let's go to a day before that next game. Wow. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at our player stats after that round. But we're going to be taking on a tough Boston team. They swept the White Sox. Yikes. We're going up against a good pitching team. We're a good offensive team. So I don't know what's going to be better. Winner of this series will face Cincinnati or the Mets in the World Series. But let's take a look at our player stats, and we'll take a look at Boston, and that'll be it. So, Bill O'Donnell, fantastic first round for him. 600 average, I love it. Ozzie was pretty good too at 267. Sixto was really good at 385. Chu was fantastic at 357. Pinheiro batted at 231, which is not the best, but he had 4 RBIs. Pineda also had a 231, only 1 RBI, so hopefully he does a little bit better next round. Ray McMahon had a 333, Groves had a 200, and Gelman had a 250. And then we didn't even use any of our bench players yet. So there's that. Pitching rotation-wise, Garth Howell was not the best, but he got the win. Sammy Gomez was probably the best so far. And then Osuna was terrible, but that's okay. And we still have Silva and Sparbori, who might honestly start next round, or we go back to Garth if he's not exhausted anymore. Bobby Hyde was okay at times, but he really struggled also. We also have Jack Birch, who played a little bit. He was really good. And Doug Rubel was really good. Guzman was solid. And Dennis Lake as a closer was solid, even though he did give up a home run. So there is that. I did want to also take a look at our injury list before we take a look at the Red Sox. So Trevino should be back in 3 to 4 weeks. Steiner back in 1 to 2 weeks, which means we are going to be getting some offensive help soon. There is a good chance if we get to the World Series, we're going to have 2 guys, or well, at least 1 guy back for the World Series. I don't know if Trevino comes back this year, but if we get to the World Series, Gary Steiner should be back on that time, which would be amazing. He might even be back in the series against Boston, which is really awesome. So, sucks that those guys got hurt when they did, but having Steiner back in the lineup would help out, I think, a lot in the contact department, especially against a good pitching team. And if we ever get Trevino back, that would be great too, but I honestly don't know if his timeline lines up enough. So there is that. Let's take a look at what Boston looks like. Let's actually go to the team stats right now, team rankings here in the playoffs. So they're batting a 304 right now. We're batting a 325. Let's see. How has their pitching been in performance to the playoffs? And how has our pitching been compared to theirs? They've stolen a lot of bases, so they got some speed a bit, it seems like. Let's see. I want to take a look at the ERA department. So they have been a little bit, actually quite a bit better than us. We have a 4.8 ERA. That's probably because of what's his name? Our third pitcher, Osuna. It's probably because of Osuna. But yeah, Boston's got a 367 so far. Yikes. Okay, let's take a look at what their lineup looks like and all that stuff. So pitching rotation wise, what do they got? They're a really good pitching team. Do they have good pitchers? Yes, they have much better pitchers than the Yankees did. Lucius Leggett, though, did not do too well in his first game. Had a 6 ERA, but he's their best overall pitcher. They also got Franklin Forbes. Jamie Telshaw was really good. Yeah, this is probably one of their best pitchers. Darren Vasquez wasn't really that good, but he still won. And Bill Fiorentino hasn't played yet. Then their bullpen is actually a lot better than a lot of other teams' bullpens, and that's probably why they're a good team. They got a good mix of left-handers and right-handers, which we have mostly right-handers, I think. But a lot of these guys have not played yet. Ryan Weathers was not really that good as a bullpen guy, but he still won. Yeah, they have some really... Actually, yeah, they have also one of the really good closers, too, in Tovar. So that's one thing. It's basically a showdown between Lake and Tovar, both former relievers or whatever it is of the year, or closers, I should say, of the year, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, their pitching's good. Their pitching is good. I can see why it is one of the best in the league, if not the best. Let's take a look at Boston's offense, though. Okay, they're pretty solid. They got Theodore Haynes, 79 overall. Sean Gordon, I do remember him from last time when we played them. Because we did take them out last year, I guess, in the wild card, or not in the wild card, in the ALCS. And then we faced the White Sox, so we do know this team quite well. Mackenzie Little is having a good playoffs. Last year, when he played us, he didn't have a good playoffs, but this guy is a machine. It is going to be tough to beat that guy. They also have Logan O'Hoppe still, Jet Williams. They seem to be doing pretty good offensively this playoff run. Dwayne Hall, Chase Jung, Hubert Castellano, and Miguel Blay. And bench-wise, they have Henry Davis. Damn, he's still playing, huh? They also have Eric Adling, Dave Sable, Enrico Herreriano. Boom. Let me take a look actually at their scoring for their games. I think there's a way I can do this, right? Yeah, I can. I can see what is scored on their games. So against the White Sox series that they won in 3, they won 10-5. They won 5-2 and 6-4. Okay. How much hits did they give up in these games? They gave up 8 hits in this game, 4 hits in this game, and then this last game they gave up only 9 hits. Well, actually, yeah, that's a lot still, but okay. Yeah, I honestly don't know who's going to win this series. Because like I said, it comes down to pitching versus offense, basically. We had 107 wins. They had 96 wins. They were the second best team in the entire MLB. But we had 11 more wins. We just need our pitching to do kind of a bit better than it did last round, and we should be in a good spot, but there is that. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Vancouver Rain Draft to Glory franchise mode. So in next episode, we'll take it to our 3rd straight ALCS, this time against Boston, as we look to get to the World Series for the first time in our team's history, technically. And who knows, maybe we'll face the Mets, maybe we'll face the Reds, maybe we won't get past the ALCS again, but I really think this might be the year, just because these last 2 years we've gone to Game 7s back-to-back times in the ALCS. It's about time things change. So anything down below, and I'll see you guys next time.